What's going on, everybody? Kalipus Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is the beginner's guide to the Motorola Moto G Pure. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some different tips and tricks for this phone to help you get more familiar with the device. Now, before we go any further, as always, I do want to remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. But with that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to show you is how to customize the sounds. The default sounds are usually okay with phones like this, but there are definitely some things in the sound menu that you might want to change when you first get the phone. So in order to do this, we're going to start by going to the settings menu. Now you can do this one of two ways. The first one is by opening your quick menu, and the settings are right here. Or you can go to your settings app, which I personally just dragged onto the home screen, but you can of course find it in the app drawer as well. Now once you're in the settings menu, you're going to want to go to sound and vibration. Now in this menu, there are quite a few things you can change. The first thing is the media volume. So if you're listening to music, watching videos, playing games, the media volume is going to control the volume of all of that. The call volume is going to control the volume of your earpiece when you're talking on the phone. And the ring and notification volume, of course, it's going to control your ringtone and the notification sounds. As you can see, I currently have it on vibrate. Alarm, pretty self-explanatory. Now vibrate for calls, if you don't have your phone on vibrate mode, it's not going to automatically vibrate. But if you want it to make sound and vibrate, you can always set it to always vibrate. Now if we go to advanced, we're going to have a few different options. This is where you're going to change your ringtone and the notification sound as well. Now, I personally don't like this sound at all. Probably one of the most obnoxious notification sounds I've ever heard. You hear it on pretty much every Motorola device. I don't know, some people must like it because they keep using it, but to me, it's super annoying. So I personally would change this, but if you like it, you can always leave it. And of course, if you want a custom sound, you can add it right here. You also have the option to turn on some of these other sounds or turn them off because they're pretty much all on by default, except for touch sounds for some reason. But definitely play around with these and see which ones you like the best, because I'm sure everyone's preferences are going to be different. So now we're going to go over some of the notification settings. To get to notifications, we're going to go to settings, go to apps and notifications right here. Now there aren't a whole lot of super important settings in here, but the one I find the most important is right here where it says see all from last 7 days. If you tap here, you're going to see all the apps that have sent you notifications within the last 7 days. And if you have a lot of apps, chances are you're going to be getting some annoying notifications from apps you don't use. So this is where you're going to be able to turn all of those off. I personally have most of my notifications for random apps off just because I usually don't need them. But this, once again, is going to vary for everyone depending on personal preference. Another interesting feature in the notification section that a lot of people overlook is if you hit advanced right here, there's also this little thing right here where it says swipe fingerprint for notifications. If you turn this on, instead of pulling down to open your notification center, all you need to do is swipe down on your fingerprint scanner and it's going to open a lot faster. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your wallpaper. This is a really easy thing to do. All you need to do is go to your settings, go to display, advanced, and wallpaper right here. Now you'll be able to choose between pre-installed wallpapers and photos from your gallery. And by the way, in case you haven't figured it out already, there is no pre-installed gallery app on this phone. It's actually Google Photos. So when you want to see your photos, all you need to do is go into the Google section, open Photos, and it's going to work like any other gallery app. In case this bothers you, because in certain videos, I've gotten a lot of questions about it. If you really want a gallery app and you don't want to use Google Photos for whatever reason, you can always just go on the Play Store and there are a ton of different apps for you to choose from. Now changing your wallpaper is easy enough, but I'm going to show you a quicker way to do it that also allows you to access other settings for your home screen. So all you need to do is press and hold a finger on your home screen like this. And this menu is going to open up. As you can see, you can change widgets, wallpapers, and even general home settings. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to use your dark theme. Dark theme is a really cool feature. A lot of people like it. So to get to it, we're going to go to settings, go to display, and dark theme is right up here at the top. You're going to want to toggle this on. And there we go. Dark mode is now on. Now, if you want to, you can also have it turn on and off automatically. And to do this, we're going to tap here. And as you can see, you can schedule it either from sunset to sunrise or a custom time. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to take a screenshot. This is a real simple feature. All you got to do is press your power key and the volume down key at the same time, like this. And there you go. That's pretty much it. With some phones, you have to press and hold, but don't do that with this phone because even though it's not going to change the function, it's not necessary because all you need to do is tap like this. And if you press and hold, it's not always going to actually take the screenshot. Also, be sure to press the power key and the volume down key, not the power key and the volume up key, because that does something completely different. Taking a screenshot like that is easy enough, but there's also a second way to do it that's pretty much just as easy, but I think it's a lot cooler. But first, we have to activate the feature, and to do that, we're going to go to our settings, go down to System, go to Gestures, and turn on 3-finger screenshot. Oh, looks like it's already on, so I guess this feature is actually activated by default, but before you try it, you might want to make sure, because I honestly can't remember if I just turned it on out of habit when I got the phone, or if it's actually on by default, I don't know, but that's basically how you get to the feature. But once the feature is activated, all you need to do to take a screenshot is go like this. 3 fingers on the screen, make sure they're spread decently apart, hold it for about a second, and there we go, screenshot's been taken. Now, while we're in the gesture menu, I'm going to show you how to change the system navigation. You've probably noticed this little bar down here instead of buttons. This is what's called gesture navigation. I personally like it a lot. Instead of pressing buttons, you basically swipe up to go home, drag your finger up from the bottom to go to your recent apps, and oh look, there's yet another way to take a screenshot. And to go back, swipe your finger from left to right or right to left. It doesn't matter which way you swipe, as long as you go horizontally from one side to the other. But as cool as gesture navigation is, some people might prefer the old button navigation. And in order to get this, all you need to do is go to System Navigation from the gesture menu and select 3-button navigation. Now, as you can see, it's going to change right back to the old classic Android buttons. Now I know that was probably a little bit to take in, so let me remind you exactly how to get to this menu. We're on our home screen now. We're going to go to our settings, go down to System, go to Gestures, System Navigation, and then if you want the 3 buttons, select 3-button navigation. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen lock. By default, it's going to be a pin, and this is basically going to be the standard for every phone nowadays. But you do have some other options, so let's go over them. First things first, we're going to go to Settings. Remember, you can do it this way. You don't have to use the Settings app. Go down to Security. Now, first things first, to change your screen lock, you're going to tap right here, put in your current PIN, and you can choose between none, swipe, pattern, pin, or password. Just so you know, these 2 options, none and swipe, are basically the same exact thing, and they offer no protection. Pattern is a really old school way of unlocking your phone. Most people don't use it anymore, although it does look kind of cool. Pin is the standard, like I said before. And you can use password if you want a little bit more of a complex security system. Now for fingerprints and face unlock, if you have them set up, they're automatically going to work. You can set fingerprints up right here and face unlock right here. It's really easy. You get some on-screen instructions and you can set them up real fast. Now keep in mind with face unlock, you can only set up one face, but with the fingerprint scanner, you can use multiple fingerprints. So if for whatever reason you're sharing a device with someone, you can both use the fingerprint scanner. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to change your screen timeout time. If you've ever been in a situation where your phone falls asleep on you when you're reading something, this is something you're going to want to see. So to do this, we're going to go to our settings, go to display, go to advanced, and screen timeout right here. As you can see, screen timeout can be as short as 15 seconds or as long as 30 minutes. Be sure to set yours to a time that's long enough for you to do whatever you need to do, but also short enough to the point where it's not constantly going to be on in your pocket, wasting a bunch of battery. But this was my beginner's guide to the Motorola Moto G Pure. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next video.